My name is Greg Welch, and I'm co-host of Step Into the Black Light. And today, I have the honor and pleasure of welcoming one of my old friends, comrades, advisors. His name is Michael Wint, aka Inspector. And I would just like to say, I usually give respect to elders. He's younger, but he's an elder due to his wisdom. Welcome, brother.
Welcome. Thank you, brother. Thank you for having me on the show. Greetings to the people, and our people, especially our people. Greetings. All right. So what's been going on, brother?
Oh, I'm gonna break it down for you. Today, what our topic is gonna be knowledge of self. And we have a
Okay.
few things that we're gonna talk about.
Okay. Let's get it on.
Okay. Wow. You know what? You're gonna roll me right into my first topic,
Talk to me.
which is the first topic is health.
Okay. Let's get into the health mode.
Yes, sir.
Health, mental and physical, or
Well, we'll start off with food, nutrition.
nutrition. Okay. Um, you know, learning from you and our other brother. I always forget. We was just talking about him the other couple weeks ago.
Which
As
one?
far as the martial arts, we went to high school with him.
Oh, Kaz.
Cosmic.
Yes,
So I remember, he always used to say, "It ain't about how much exercise you're doing. If you ain't eating right, it's no good. It ain't. It doesn't make a difference."
that's correct.
So listening to you brothers that were in the martial arts for all those years, like high school years, and then really seeing it in the full fold and having children and knowing that they have to be fit. And I used to going to the gym. I know that it had to be. You have to fuel. You have to have the fuel in your system, not Burger King, not Popeyes, not these fast food restaurants, oily Chinese food that's not even real food per se. I know that you got to eat your greens.
Yeah, that is
you
correct.
know, you got to eat your fish and less beef because I didn't even know that it takes so long to digest meat.
Yes,
It takes like I don't forgot how many hours it was or how many days before that thing actually leaves your system. Everything else gets processed, but that thing that stays in your stomach trying to get out.
that's right.
So I know that we have to eat more fruits, um, earth-grown foods. You know what I
That's
mean?
right. Organic.
Organic food. We got to do it, and especially now with all the craziness, I do know that the fruits must have seeds.
Yes, indeed.
See, I'm picking up lemons in certain places. Not that they're gonna. I wouldn't call any establishments, but places that we think that they would have the proper foods
That's right.
and fruits, and they don't because you go home and you slice the lemon open, and the lemon it's a lemon, but it doesn't have any seeds in it. It's a lime, and there's no seeds. So I'm like, wait a minute, what did I just buy?
Call
You
them
know what I mean?
hybrids.
I said, what did we just get? And so all these things are factors in our being, our physical form,
Yes,
um, and it does affect the spiritual form because again, if you put something in your body that's not kosher, that's not ital, as they say in the West Indies, the food that's not
yes,
ital, then you praying, trying to say, well, I'm coming to you in all purity, the Most High. Yet
yes.
still, all the food that's inside of me, I'm presenting myself to you with unkosher physical being, because all the stuff that's inside of me is fake and plastic, and I don't know.
Yes.
So it's a combination and that balance that we gotta try and maintain. It's very hard to do right now because of the way that all these restrictions and things that's going on. But
Yeah.
yeah, we
I
definitely
want to
we have
ask you too about something that I think you'll be able to expound on, which is spiritual well-being.
right. A while back we had a talk, and we should have really recorded that when I got real deep into the mental, the spiritual part of it. You know, there's a group that we all know. Anybody that's over 40 will know the name Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh, yes.
And I mention it because growing up, I saw so many album covers my father had that had the Kemetic hieroglyphic artwork on their albums. How did they even get away with it? But it's amazing that they got away with it, and it's a blessing that it wasn't stopped, because the music and the message that they were giving out was, you know, hey, look, guys, it's not just the music. We can't get too deep, but look at the album cover.
Wow.
Do your research. They were pushing it, and Most High rest their soul. The lead singer's soul. I keep forgetting the brother's name. And you know me
Philip
with names.
Bailey?
Yeah, the main singer, the brown skinned brother with the afro, such a cool brother. Reminds me so much of my uncle in Canada. Very cool brother. You know, and the message was in the music. So
Speaking about the one that passed away.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was I don't know, something about that brother. And I felt him, you know, the energy, the positive dance boogie, dance.
Yes.
You know, that energy, and that's how I am. My dancehall, when you say spirituality, I kick dancehall lyrics, but it's nothing to do with shoot up a boy and kill a boy, or you know, and even if I'm talking about whining, African people have been dancing, shaking their butts for thousands and thousands of years. It's just what we do. It's the Westerners that turned it into seduction.
Wow.
But spiritually, spiritual medicine, getting back to what you were saying, spiritually, we have to set aside time for that. Whether you fast, you present yourself to the Most High, you wash yourself from left to right, from head to toe, left to right, and your private parts last. You make sure the rag does not touch you after you bathe. There's just certain things black people have to do and get into.
Wow. That's
You know, spin 3 times in the shower, get away all negative energies if you're going into a meeting. You know, these are small things that people did, and our ancestors did. There's the, you know, I'm not going to give away all rituals, and then people do it just for the heck of it. You know, the next time you have a meeting, we'll get into that one deeper.
sure.
You know what I mean? Because I know there's a few topics you want me to hit, and I'm going to try and, you know, so if you get demands and they say, hey, we want to know more about what Michael Wint or that brother InSpec was talking about, you bring me back on the show and we'll hit and target one set thing. You know what I mean? But I know there's a lot of things you want me to dabble into, so let's get the next that next area.
Okay, the next one would be I would say finance and home purchase.
Okay, so I have a company. I'm the CEO of MW Recruitment and Translation Services. So what happens with me is I have banks that have me reach out and do referral systems, whether it's with CPAs, realtors. I connect realtors with loan officers. I kind of like not the middleman, because the realtor doesn't pay me. I get paid through the bank. I have a contract with certain banks, and you know, I refer their loan officers to realtors, connect them, and develop a powerful infrastructure and relationships with such people. And it's been working. And actually, right now, I'm going to be needing some people to help me, because that's why I have the recruitment. So I deal with that. Now, home purchasing and financing. Listen, I like to, you know, a great mentor for me said to me, a brother by the name of Tad Adwar,
Uh-huh.
And this was with, I was working with ICG Bank at the time.
Okay.
He said to me, you know, simplify things. Things can be, you know, in the home purchasing industry, it could get so complicated. Paperwork signing, electronic signing, and going back and forth, and inspection, appraisal. You got to deal with your last couple of bank statements, and all these guideline things that people go through.
Yes.
I
Yes.
simplify it. Okay, I let them know ahead of time. Listen, these are the things that people want. FHA, you can go as low as a 580 FICO. Yes, you can. Certain banks allow you to go 580 with a FICO score. That your rate won't be the best, but then if you're a person that's taking the initiative to better your credit, okay, you start the process with your 580 FICO. You're saving money. You're not opening. You're not going to open any new credit, because the 580, every time you open new credit, your score goes down and then it goes back up. So you want to just get on board with people that have, let's say, you can trustworthy people, because you can say, hey, listen, could you put me on as an authorized user? Getting on a person's card, like your favorite aunt and uncle who have American Express from the year of the flood, you know, and they got like an 801 FICO score. Say, auntie, can I be on your, could you put me on as an authorized user? And then you let them know you do not want the card. You do not want to know the number of the card. All they're doing is putting you on as an authorized user. This is something, let's say the people that are born with spoons in their mouth, this is what they do. Those, you know, those. So they actually, their bar mitzvahs and their such and such and their, you know, ordinations or whatever they're doing.
Yes.
At 14 years old, that kid is already set up being authorized on their uncles and their aunts and their beautiful older cousins' card. They have 4 sets or 5 sets of people in their family already put them on their card. So when it's time for them, when they get out of, you know, they go through their high school and some of them don't want to go to college, they're already set up with credit cards, and their FICO scores are 750 just from being on somebody's card, and they're only 17 years old. So now you see them getting married at the very young age, and they got a house already. How did they do it? Everyone looks like,
That's great.
how did they get a house? Well, the family said, we're going to put each one of these kids, you know, they have big families, and we have big families. We don't have knowledge. A lot of us don't have knowledge or don't care to know that, you know, hey, let's set up the family, even if there's no kids. You can still say, hey, my brother, can you put me on your card? I don't want the card. Put me on as an authorized user. Now, the only thing I have to worry about is you messing up. Because if you mess up, then I'm messed up. You understand? I can't mess you up. But if you put me on your card and you stop paying, then my credit just gets ruined. So you have to do it with people that are responsible. It's not even a mature thing, because there's people that are mature that still just don't pay their bills.
That's right.
So you just have to be with a responsible person or people, be in the right circle, and say, hey, I'm trying to accomplish this, and these are the tools I need to accomplish it. People pay for this information.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I know people that do consultations and charge hundreds of dollars to say what I'm saying. Yes, you can buy a house. Yes, there are grant systems, but you must have a certain FICO score depending on the state, because each state has a different guideline.
Yes.
Jersey is different. You have grant systems called Shinoa in New Jersey. They give you 10,000 if your FICO score is 620. You have it in New York also, upstate New York, and even in Brooklyn. Sometimes the money runs out, you have to check. But anyone can own a house. It's not impossible. They have tons of grants with people that don't even have an income. They're gonna use, you can actually use the rent roll income.
Wow.
And buy a house. 20, depending on who the investor is with the bank, you can do it.
Wow.
So there's so many systems. People say, why are you paying $2,400 a month for a 3-bedroom apartment? $2,400? I see people in a 2-bedroom apartment paying $2,000. And I look at them and say, either you're nuts or you just got it like that. Good luck to you. Or you like the prestige of saying, I live in Park Slope. I live in,
That sounds like New York stuff, though.
that's that New York. Yeah, that's that madness that I'm trying to get out of here myself. All jokes aside, I'm trying to get out of New York because I can see that even why would I buy a house for 400 that's worth not even 400,000 for $1 million?
Yeah.
People are gonna jump. I'm looking at it like, well, if you're not gonna plan to live there for 20 or 30 years, you just bought a property that's worth 250, 300,000 max, and you paid 900,000 for it. How do you rectify that problem? But to each their own. You know what I mean? You go in for the long haul, then you're good. But if you a college student, you just wasted a bunch of money. If you're 30 years old, you ain't gonna do that because you're gonna get married. Especially if you ain't married, you're gonna find a woman, marry her, get rid of the house. Now you're getting rid of the house. They're gonna look at you like, this house ain't worth that. Maybe in another 20 years, but it ain't worth that now. And why did you buy it for such a high price?
And situations usually determine that because at the blink of an eye, if the economy changes,
In a blink of an eye.
You see the true value of the home.
There you go. So this is why when I tell people, listen, if you're going, you have people moving to Africa, you have more power to you. You have people moving that are, surviving and work from home or have their mobile. They move to Georgia. They move to Jacksonville, Florida. They move somewhere economical. They're not doing the bling. People are getting smart. Get land, grow your own vegetables. You know what the hell you're doing. You are not going to get that living in New York.
That's right.
You're not going to get that ever. So if you ain't got Jay-Z money, I'm sorry. You understand? You're only living for the bling in New York. That's it. It's over. This whole game here is over. You know what I mean? And it's unfortunate that people don't have knowledge to say, well, hey, so okay, Michael, what do I do? I'll tell you what to do. If you have been working for 2 years, and let's say you're a UPS worker, or you work for the, you have your own business or whatever it may be, and you can transfer that job to out of state, run.
That's right.
Because it ain't gonna happen. The bling, it's like you're in a wheel, and we're running to pay bills. We're rushing to pay bills. Yes, we are. Okay, so you're keeping up appearances. Okay, that's good to keep up appearances. But what's in the account? What's in your account? What is solid? Where's the foundation at? Because once the wheel stops turning, where are you going?
That's right.
I ran into that. I talk because I've been there. You understand? I've been there. So that's what's going on with the when it comes down to finances. And again, you can do it as long as you have your job for 2 years, you have your last 2 W-2s, you have your last 2 pay stubs. You can get in contact with me. I'll connect you with the right loan officer, and then it's on popping. And if you need a realtor, I can refer you to the realtor. I can refer you to the greatest loan officers. I have them, tons of them, thousands actually, in any state. I can connect, and no one's paying me. The bank pays me. So the realtor's not paying me. The client is not paying me. The bank pays me. So I connect all these people up. Okay. I have a good brother by the name of William Jacobson. He just onboarded with me. Beautiful brother. I called him, told him what my company does. Yeah. He's on board. I connected him the same day with a loan officer. He had deals that died.
Wow.
Couldn't get, there were certain deals that couldn't go through. They died. They referred them to my client, which is the loan officer at one of the banks. I connect them and I said, listen, that deal has to get reincarnated. So the deal is dead. For whatever reason, they're going to check. Why? Was it his FICO score? Okay, he needs to do certain things to get his score back up so that he qualifies for an FHA loan. He's a first-time home buyer. And a first-time home buyer, all you put in down is what? 3.5%. Yeah. First-time home buyers. Okay? Now, depending on your score, you can go conventional if your score is good. If your score is over 680, go conventional. Get rid of the PMI. Right? So these are the different things. And again, I'm not a loan officer, but I connect my clients to loan officers. So this is not me saying, well, I swear by this. I'm saying I'm connecting you with a licensed loan officer that can guide you and tell you exactly what you need to do. And if your deal is dead, I can help you connect with the right people, whether it's the realtor, a real estate lawyer. I can connect them with, refer them to the realtor, or refer them to a loan officer. So everyone, and make that whole bumpy ride
Yes.
smooth.
Wow.
Very
That's
smooth.
cool.
Yep.
We definitely going to be referring to you all the time and getting
Not
your
a problem.
information.
Not a problem. This happens. You know what's good? What I like to do is help people that are in religious organizations, especially when it's out. I don't care where they're from and what their color or their race is, but I know that there's a dire need for a lot of people. I see like the scope of people trying to get homes and getting denied. I see what
Yeah.
the scope is, and I see what the ratios are on that, or the matrix of the return on scene. They accomplished or they didn't. So
Yes.
I like to know that I can help more people of color get to where they want to get to, because I see that it seems problematic when it comes down to our own people.
Yeah.
So I help everyone. I don't care what color they are, but I pay attention, very deep pay attention, more so because of the odds
Yeah.
of accomplishment,
That's the perfect segue into my next question.
which is
A call for unity.
right. Unification. It's where do you start? Unification, because of our generation that we're looking at, where I wanted to run to Ghana to deal with, because they have this thing, come back home to Africa in
Yes.
Ghana, and I said, wow, just in time. 3 years ago, I was looking at it and I was like, you know what, this looks like a good idea. And then, I see this Chinese minister, or whatever the hell he is, go over there and give them $30 million and buy up land. And I'm like, wait a minute, something's wrong here. I don't like to put the blame on any Caucasian, Asian person, where we're at, because if we were like the Haitians back in the days and stood our ground and fought, although they have the repercussions of what they're going through now, but if we kind of just said, okay, this is it, we're not tolerating the I'm going to push you as far as I can push you until your back is against the wall, and then to wait for you. It shouldn't be till we get to our backs to the wall. It should be, what did you just do? We're not tolerating that. You see what happened that day with that Marine guy that was bothering that young brother, and the whole community got together?
Yes.
Every time that anybody in uniform or out of uniform did something wrong to our black brothers and our black sisters, that was the reaction that should have been going down.
Yeah.
It should have been that, that officer that touched that young kid or shot that man 7 times, it should have been that reaction. Not, oh, I'm going to get $12 million and wait to, see what the next lawsuit is. Lawsuits don't bring back your people. Lawsuits don't bring back your son, your uncle, your mother, your sister. It does not.
Yeah, that's what makes it sad when
They jump, and then you sign when you get that check from you losing your son, your daughter, your cousin, whoever got killed by any person of power in uniform or work for the government. You sign a disclosure that says you can't open your mouth about it publicly
that's
anymore.
a gag order.
The gag order. So we need unification. It's something. I remember we spoke a couple of weeks ago, and I said there's something called a code.
Yes.
Every race has a code except black people. I'm going to call it what it is. I'm calling it what it is. I'm not Ronald Martin. I ain't one of them, I'll bite my lip. I'm not Jesse Jackson biting my lip. And I'm going to tell you that everybody else got this code except us.
Wow. But did we have the code at one point?
Yes, we did. We had it when Malcolm and them was walking around.
Okay.
When the real Black Panthers was around, there was a code. It took the code was so deep that it took the top people in FBI and CIA to take them out, to get infiltrate our people, pay them off, and go up in there and do what they had to do.
Wow.
Because the code was deep, so it couldn't be some Joe Schmo guy in a uniform taking Malcolm out. Nah, Joe Schmo couldn't touch him, because we were like, what you doing? What are you coming up in here for? So it had to be your whole realm had to be infiltrated by your own kind. Go in. Okay, his weak point is right here. So somebody in the clan, see, there was no code. Somebody broke the code. And this is the problem with us. The loyalty is not there.
Wow.
You see how me and you wrote? If there was 100 of us, we'd be a problem. If there was like 5,000 of us like
That's
this.
right.
that would be a big problem. So, not belittling people that say, well, hey, I just want to have a good life, mind my business, and work 9 to 5 and get my money. Nothing's wrong with that. Nothing's wrong with, well, I'm a, you know, I'm a, you know, you have these labels now when it comes into the religion thing. Well, I'm a Christian. We don't believe in this. We don't believe in this. Well, hey, you don't believe in what? Unification? You don't believe in standing up for your brother? Martin's last speech should have told everybody what it was about. His last speech, Martin Luther King's last speech.
Yes, because he started
Oops.
changing. He started.
Oops, I made a mistake.
Different direction than what he usually does.
Oops, maybe we can't sit at the dining table and talk this thing out, what's been going on. You know, and then you have, you know, so we have a problem, and then we have the sellouts, and then we have the actual problem, which is people that are in power, that are in that white supremacy craziness.
Yeah.
They are actually real white supremacists, real warlocks, trying to work they obey and their bullshit on us that we taught them.
Wow.
Hence, Louisiana, what they're going through right now. New Orleans, that's some powerful stuff going on over there.
Wow.
You know, the ancestors are now getting into some grooves. And you know, when you're boxing, the first 4 rounds, you figuring the guy out.
Yes.
But once you start getting in the groove and you start boom, boom, and you're dodging him and you're able to hit him, that's it. So this is the dodge and move stuff. This is the ancestors doing the dodge and move on certain individuals, and you're going to see certain things happen. I'm not even going to talk so much on it.
Wow.
But you're going to see, we are witnessing ancestral stuff right now. The gloves are off. So,
Yeah.
you know, we can sit back and watch the show.
Wow.
Right? You know, and you know, I want to big up some people, if I may, on your show.
Yes.
Brother Bennett, Hemmett, Bobby Hemmett, and
Okay.
Phil Valentine.
Okay.
I want to big them brothers up, because back in the days, about 24 years ago, when the ancestors said your time is now, we need you. I got hit with that key went into the ignition and started my engine to say,
Okay.
I need knowledge of self. And then, you know, I read scrolls from the AEO, Ancient Egyptian Order, and I learned. And again, like I said, if I wouldn't know the things I know now if I didn't read certain scrolls and books, the holy tablets. If I didn't read My Potential, if I didn't read The Sacred Wisdom of Tahuti,
Okay.
if I didn't read those scrolls, I would not be here talking to you.
Wow.
Okay, so for each their own. I can attest. Another person will say, it was just a bunch of information that he gathered. Okay, it worked for me. It got into my DNA and made me who I am. Some people abuse that. Some people abuse it, and now they're on the limelight of negativity,
Yes,
or
yes,
see what
yes.
happens. But you can't abuse knowledge. So there's a karma effect to abusing the knowledge that is bestowed upon you. That's why I don't go out and do 3,000 lectures and try to get what they call PayPal and have people pay. I don't do that because I'm not. I'm not. It's not a. It's not a. How can I put it? It's not a money thing. Knowledge should not be, oh, well, you're going to pay to see me talk and pay. I'm not those guys.
It's like family tradition passed down.
I'm nah. And listen, maybe that's the only way. They want to be independent in that way. I'm not calling no names. To each their own. If you want to teach knowledge and you want to get paid for it, fine. If someone's out there that's willing to pay for it, fine. You go to a bookstore, you pay for it, and you read the information. So, hey, but it can't be this ongoing, well, my next seminar, you got to pay, and every time, pay, and support, gimme. I'm telling you something. Hey, after a while, you're kind of abusive.
Yes.
I'm telling you, you know, when you say you believe in, I don't believe. What did I tell you? I know.
Yes, sir.
I'm not the believer.
Sir. Good correction.
I'm not the believer. I know. Speak things into manifestation. Did you have to pay for that? Nope. I just told you that free. Said ye are gods. Who said that? Well, whoever one of the prophets you want to use, Yeshua, Malcolm, Muhammad, who you want, he said it's inside of you already. Why are you looking outside of yourself?
That's right.
It's inside of you already. Power.
Right.
Especially the black woman. She has it because she creates me. We cannot. Unification is something that starts with unnonsensed music, like the music. Oh, look, let me touch it. Let me touch it.
You just touched on my thing, because this is one of your special gifts.
Let me go in.
That everybody has, that crosses all lines and racial and everything. Nothing can stop it, which is your music, brother.
I went on to listen to some music, and I went into the rap section. I said 10 songs. Let me hear what they said. Every one of them trap record. Every one.
Wow.
I'm gonna shoot you. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna your beat out and your ho and your every. I said, so wait a minute. These people play this at a birthday party for a 10-year-old?
Wow.
What are you gonna play for a 10-year-old? This is not. Mind you, if you took the lyrics out, the beats are dope. I love the beats are dope.
But that's how they trap them. The beats
content.
The beats are alluring. And see, you listen to the beat and you're in such a relaxed state that the words,
it allows it to sink in. It's like
your
a snake, and it goes in.
Very dangerous.
Yep, that's that reptilian shit. That's that reptilian shit. You know, them so-called rabbis go on a nice little room that they have and bless the music. They do a little ritual so that shit flies. You can't even feel it. It's like, what's going on here? Oh, I like that beat. You can't see what's going on. You can't see what's being done to your child listening to trap music. Listen, everybody got to eat, but you can damn sure spit conscious lyrics on trap beats. Yes, you can.
That's right.
You can chat. I can chat wicked lyrics on Badman dancehall beats and tracks and rhythms,
and still get
the content and get the message across, and people could still. You could still do all of that, but the content that goes into the brain cell is gonna raise your vibration, your frequency. Right. So now, nothing's wrong with that, but they made that like it's a flipping sin to do that, and made the opposite seem proper, to be disrespectful to the queen, to call them thoughts and all this craziness. Come on.
But you know what that is? That didn't come from us. That was what we do absorbed, and then they threw their version of it back to us. And then they determined to us what's real and what's not, what's popular and what's not.
Exactly.
They also determine one thing that I realized. In the past, we had it where if I was to ask you in the 80s, who is your favorite rap artist, you can probably name 10 that were your favorite, because every person was doing a different thing.
but it was conscious business.
But
Whether
they
it was
penetrated
Brooklyn,
us with this dog eat dog mentality. It only has to be one, regardless of how many others out there that are good, even doing stuff different. It only has to be one. And that one person they use to manipulate and push the
the
message
whole thing.
back to
And
us.
so you have these people that know knowledge and don't even use the knowledge. Respect to Nas. I know I can be what I want to. That's the dopeness.
How many of them would have turned to even
Dope.
put a song like that out at that time?
I'm waiting.
Correct.
I'm waiting. I have yet to hear anybody. And Nas, I'm going to tell you something. Any rapper can correct me if I'm wrong. You see, when they were going down to the land and seeing Dr. York, he gave secrets away.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of them stayed in the East, and some of them went to the West.
Uh-huh.
And some of them are billionaires now, and they went to the West. So whoever's in the rap game know who I'm talking about. Became billionaire. Dealing with the BS, but they know. They say, well, do you want it in your physical form or do you want it in your spirit, your spiritual form, which is your soul?
Uh-huh.
If you're gonna say, hey, bring me the money now, I want to enjoy it now, I'll deal with Anubis on the other side. Anubis ain't gonna deal with you. Anubis is gonna say, fry that nigga. Fry that nigga. And they're gonna use the word nigga.
Wow. Wow.
You enjoyed your physical form of wealth. We gave you, because they give you anything you want. You literally can have anything you want. Imagine that.
But there's a price to pay.
There's a price you pay. Oh, you're gonna enjoy it. All the shorties gonna be on you in the club, they're popping the bottles. Oh yeah, the beat's gonna be hitting you in your chest. But you got to deal with them things that you can't see, that you could feel, but you can't see them. And that's that. When you deal with things like this, I don't know why I'm going in like this. Sorry, Greg. You open me up. You open me up,
brother.
and I, when you can't see what you're dealing with, there's so many songs that people used to sing referring to that. You know, old timers know what I'm talking about. There's songs that they were making in the 70s. Don't play with things you don't understand. Oh yeah. So when you get to that level of some people try to use, I'm gonna show you something. When people get into their spiritual modes and utilize different rituals to get to what they want to get to, there's things that happen. Depends on what the source is that gives you what you get. Some people don't have stable relationships after they get a bunch of wealth. You got superstars, superstars with all the money in the world, and all of a sudden they get into entanglements.
Wow.
You got all the money in the world and your woman still cheating on you? God damn. It ain't functioning. So what the hell? You would think that the person could walk. You fought for it because before you didn't have the money, so you couldn't get the shorty, you couldn't keep the shorty, right? Now you got the money and you got the prestige, you got the fame, you got this, and she still go out there and cheat on your ass. You worked out, you got yourself bulky, you got the jewels, you got the phantom, you pushing the phantom, and she go and hit not even somebody that's on your level.
Wow.
Crushing the ego, crushing the oh no.
I have a saying that I used to say that might blend into what you're saying now. I say we are all creations of spoken word, but with light came deception.
Oh yes. And it's, guess what? Am I allowed to say that? The deception, you see, people say that blackness is bad, but most of the atrocities that happened in the world happened in the daytime. 9/11, one of the worst ones, I guess. And the next thing in light was slavery.
Yes.
That was broad daylight. They didn't come at nighttime and pick people. No, they wouldn't have found us.
Wow.
Broad daylight. So most atrocities happen in the light. You just got to know how to deal with that.
Yes. Wow.
You understand? Broad daylight is and again, something I was telling you earlier today. Instead of people saying morning because of the spelling of English language is spells, and it's wrapped around spells. When you wake up in the morning to your lover, your kids, you say great day, have a good day. Never say good morning, because right there you're putting a curse on the atmosphere of where you're at or the person you're with. Never you do that.
Yeah. Let's break
Subconsciously,
down the words that you're saying.
you gotta, yeah.
You
You
speak for
understand?
itself.
Morning. What morning? Yeah, in COVID, especially, I lost 7 family members to this COVID thing. Morning, nah.
Wow.
Great day, great rising. Because now
Wow.
you gotta push. Right now, the energy has to be lifted. You gotta
Yes.
lift that energy. It ain't no more staying. Great rising, peace, my king, peace, my queen, or not even that, empress or neter. Put the black one with you, the neter, the
Wow.
neteru. Raise them up. Because if we keep doing this, we got their frequencies are low. Oh, their vibrations are so low. We can kill them all now.
And we gotta start picking our brothers up and stop looking at each other
Oh yeah.
like the
You
enemy.
know, the other day I was telling one brother, I was walking in front of this young kid, and the kid acted like he had his iron on him, and thought like I was a threat to him or something. I just eased out of the young man's way, because I didn't, even if I had something on me, I'm not going to get into a conversation with a flipping 10-year-old, 15-year-old with a flipping
Yeah.
thinks he's John Wayne. This is the dumb mentality that I'm talking about. We gotta get it together. Take care of our kids. Try to take care of our kids. I know it ain't easy. I know it's not easy. But we gotta take care of these kids mentally. We gotta put some ambition into their minds, unlike what they hear in these trap songs that's leading them astray, telling them, hey, quick money, quick money, quick money, stick up kid, and all this dumbness. It doesn't work like that. So we really got to get these youths. I'd love, and if somebody says to you, Greg, I wanted that guy to talk to me or talk to some kids in my neighborhood, I will do that.
Wow.
Okay. If it's out of state, hey, put me in a hotel
That's
or
great.
to go
That's
to and
great,
fro.
brother.
I am that person. I am that
That's
person.
great. And it's definitely needed.
I mean, I will go to a community center and tell these cats, listen, guess what you can do? And get into their spiritual mind too and say, do you know you could do this? A kid say, what? You think I could? No. I don't think. I don't believe. I know you could do it.
That's right.
That's what that young black girl needs to hear. That's what that young black boy needs to hear. I know you can do it. No, I believe that you might pass that test tomorrow. I don't know. No, I know you're going to pass it. You have the capability.
That's right. And we got to tell a lot of these young brothers too that we have a responsibility as heads of families.
Yes.
We have a responsibility.
It's not easy.
And
I know
it's not easy, but
it's not easy. All of what I just said, people say, well, wow, it ain't easy. From the physical to the spiritual, to the finances, to unification, all these things take time, and it has to be nurtured, because now we're dealing with grown people that need to be nurtured. We're
that's
dealing with
right.
young adults that need to be nurtured because they didn't go through that system.
That's right.
The knowledge didn't just fall in my lap. I had to go out there and find it.
That's right.
And to the rappers that might run into this video, I say, please do what you do, but please drop some conscious lyrics. And again, my hat, if I had a hat on my head, I'd go like this to Nas. Good job, because I can, every time I hear I know I can, I move to it.
Yes.
It brings me back to an era because of the beat and the lyrics, and the information is factual.
He went against all to put that one out.
Okay, so it ain't dissing nobody. It ain't I'm better than you on the block, or I rep my block and I kill people. It ain't none of that.
Yeah.
Get a dope beat and spit consciousness, man. I just
That's
miss
right.
those days. I just miss those days. I miss
And
it.
watch us speak life back into the youth.
Yep, yep. And this is with reggae also, because people can
Oh
say,
yeah.
"Oh, you just talking about hip hop no, the dancehall thing. Listen to me. I was listening to some of these dancehall acts. Some of them are incarcerated, and some of them
Yeah.
are say them are bad man and rare, 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 rare. So for me, I say, listen, to each their own. But you got to be responsible for what you're chatting on the microphone.
That's right.
I remember back in the days you couldn't chat slackness because they would take Heineken bottles and throw it at you if you got on the
Wow.
mic and spoke about pom pom and all that thing. That you couldn't get on the microphone and do that in my era. When I was like hanging out, going into basement parties, you had to chat proper lyrics
Yeah.
and get you forward, and people are bang on the walls. So all of this stopped because of what? Because of money. You sold out reggae for money. It is what it is.
And we
Thank
can't
God.
underestimate our power to speak things into existence.
Watch what's gonna happen. This guy named Inspector gonna be dropping some jewels on some beats. It's gonna get released,
Yes, indeed.
and they say
And we'll be waiting for it, brother.
taste no wine before it's time. A lot of them said, "Yo, Inspector, y'all come, y'all come, y'all come. When y'all gonna come? Taste no wine before it's time." You understand? My stuff is for an era, so I know whatever is behind me, they're setting it up so it hits an era, and so it places itself in an era and says, "There's his mark." 20
Wow.
years from now, he made a mark, and it wasn't
Timeless.
timeless mark. I'm looking for timeless marks. I ain't looking for the quick shots. Anybody could do a quick shot. You understand? Timeless mark is what I'm dealing with. So, Brother Greg, if any of your people wants consultation in home purchasing and
Yes.
connecting, I will definitely help them. I do have a few connections as far as people that and they do charge for their credit to be fixed, but with real results, not the lingering, just for these people, just to show game. A lot of these places put people on this waiting list thing, like every 4 months, every 3 months, it takes 2 months, it takes 4 months, it takes 3. It's none of that. If you are in a bad hole with your credit, if you have let's say you have a 560 FICO, shouldn't take more than 3 to 4 months to get that out of there.
Wow.
If you're doing the right thing. If you're doing the right thing. It shouldn't take more. Listen to what I'm saying, because a lot of you have been paying $99 a month for a year and a half.
Wow.
And all you're hearing is dreams and illusions and fantasy. If you have a 560, 580 score, you are able to correct that within 4, maximum 6 months, depending on how bad the damage is and who you owe money to. You understand? This is not, I'm not talking about repos. Repos stay on there, and I very rarely have I heard that it gets cleaned up.
I think for like 12 years.
Yeah, something like that. So if you are with credit cards and so forth, and you're 580, 560, give me a call. I'll connect you with the right people to get that up. And it might not cost. It might not cost you anything, because you're going to be talking to me first, and I might just tell you exactly what you need to do to get it done. And there is no charge.
Just forward me your card, and what I would do, I would attach the card to the video. Oh yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. That's what I like.
Boom, boom.
Man.
I don't know if you guys can see that.
Man, we can see it nice and clear.
All right.
Well, brother Mike, man, lots of love, man. It's been a pleasure having you.
Peace and love.
And, I'm just glad we had this time to chop it up, man.
Not a problem,
brother. And if there's anything anybody wants to know more in depth about, I will schedule another, meeting for us. And all I ask you to do, brother, is stay in the light. We love having you.
You see where it's hitting? It's hitting the dome.
Yes, indeed.
Look at that. Look where the light is hitting, right on the dome. That's some powerful stuff right there.
Yes, indeed.